Your time is a resource, but are you spending it wisely? Have you ever scraped a jar that's almost empty? Maybe it's a jar of peanut butter, and you know there's still a little bit inside, so you scrape and you take all this time and maybe you get just a little bit of the peanut butter out. Sometimes you spend a lot of time scraping that jar for not much return on your investment. Sometimes we do that same thing at work, where we do something that's not necessarily bad, but we spend a lot of time on it, and as a result, there's less time for our most important tasks. How many times an hour do you need to check your email? Simply going in and checking it every 5 minutes may not be working for you too well. Are you in a job where everything is that urgent and a response has to happen that quickly? In most cases, the answer is no. So decide, okay, how many times am I going to check my email every hour or every morning, every afternoon? Try to pick a schedule and stick to it. Now, if you find like you're missing all these things, then you can go back to a more frequent checking of email. But in most cases, you can get away with it. Another thing you need to be aware of is how much time are you spending just chatting with your coworkers. I think it's nice to get to know your coworkers, find out a little bit about them. It can build teamwork. But at a certain point, you may be chatting a little too much, and maybe some of those conversations would be better after hours. So just think about how much time are you spending talking to them, and is it coming at the expense of your not being able to get other things done? Final thing, let's talk about the internet. Internet's a cool thing. I like the internet. But are you spending a lot of time repeatedly checking on news, sports, other things that aren't necessarily related to your job? Now, sometimes it's nice to take a quick little break, check things out, if it fits your office policy, of course. But if you're doing it constantly, again, those minutes can add up. So maybe track how much time are you really spending online for kind of fun stuff, and see if that time might be better invested in other places. Sometimes you can gain a lot of time by just being a little more efficient as you go through your day. It reduces the stress and increases your productivity.